Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Le Shuffle de la Chica with
When
your
did you
host.
become a Spanish podcast?
Yes, as soon as Gio left, we become the Spanish podcast.
His Dominicanness was keeping away the Spanishness.
Yeah, we have to fill in that void.
Yes. With some kind of minority.
It's just the two of us here, End and Stray.
Hi guys.
End and Stray all day. Yeah, I just came up with that on the fly. Got mad skills, yo.
That's
Now
probably not ending up in the episode.
that's ending up in the episode. Why do you always want me to cut everything out of the episode?
Cut everything. 5 minutes worth of content is enough.
If you had it your way, this episode would be like 2 minutes long. What Women Want is the movie we're reviewing today. It's a very important question because, it's the holiday season. You guys are gonna go out there and buy a lot of presents and stuff for all of your pretty ladies. And you're gonna want to know, what do they really want? And that is what this movie isn't about.
Yes. I'll show you something that women want.
I'm scared.
You know my links.
Yeah. Now,
This
What
is gonna
Women Want
take a while.
is a movie that was made in the year 2000.
It has Mel Gibson.
It does have Mel Gibson. And it has the full cast of everyone we've seen in every movie that we've reviewed since now.
It's just filled with people we've seen.
Yeah. Is this the link of What Women Want?
Yeah.
What is that? That looks like crabs. Is that what women want today? Crabs?
No, that's teeth.
Tea. They look like pinchers to me. That's disturbing.
It's glow in the dark, too.
No. No, that's not in this movie. That is not what the Mel Gibson transvestite approves of.
Who can read thoughts of women, apparently.
That's right. The co-star here is Helen Hunt. And, well, there's also Bette Midler and some girl, I don't know her name, but she's in like every chick flick ever. But she's never the main character in
Which
any
one is
chick
this?
flick.
The suicidal one?
No, the one night stand.
I gotta talk about that scene a little later.
Yeah.
That seems fun.
But basically the concept is Mel Gibson is a bit of a chauvinist because that's not a difficult role for him to play. And he dresses up like a transvestite and gets hit with electricity, like weird science stuff. And then he gets dick Wi-Fi. He can read women's mind.
It's more like bad Wi-Fi.
Well, no. That means the thoughts are coming out, and then is receiving it. That's reading something else completely different from mine. That's like how you read what type of tampon someone is wearing.
He probably found that out too.
Just in case you have a particular fetish. Oh, that one has wings.
So, yes. He's a man's man.
Is he a man's man?
Not that much.
You know, he's not. He's a bit of a jerk. You know, like I said, he's chauvinist, but he's not a douche.
Hmm.
And I can say that because his daughter is dating a douche.
Yes.
Which I don't understand this. Look, ladies, douches aren't like normal people. Normal people have depth, complexity, development. Douches are just douches. If it looks like a douche and it sounds like a douche, then it's a douche. So, why? Why is she dating a douche? And then she's surprised at the end when he breaks up with her. It's your fault. He didn't turn the douchiness any lower. In fact,
Your
it got
father
higher.
tried even warning you. I guess not listening to your father is something all girls do, but still, he tried warning you, and he's the biggest douche you know.
I know. Douche recognize douche, son. Douche recognize douche. And you know, you got Mel Gibson. You got J-Lo cleaning up his house in the morning.
That isn't J-Lo.
But she sounds just like J-Lo. And she probably has a bigger butt than J-Lo. So, I'm just saying, yeah,
She has
J-Lo,
a bigger
it's on.
She has a bigger everything than J-Lo.
She's a better actor than J-Lo.
I thought J-Lo was supposed to be a singer anyway.
J-Lo is supposed to be a triple threat. Singer, actor, Latino. Got all the bases covered.
You know what the third one's supposed to be.
No. She's not that. Another character, you know, just at the beginning, that disappears for the rest of the movie, just like J-Lo, is Flo. I enjoyed Flo. And Flo kind of sets the tone for, like, the first half of the film. Flo is the black woman that was going to rape Mel Gibson.
That's what I was thinking she was.
Yes. And you know what? That could have been a completely different movie and still have the same title. What do women want? Flo wants Mel Gibson. And Flo takes what she wants.
And it would become a horror movie.
Yes. But you know, like, if you take the same concept and put it in Dr. T and the Women, it would have been a horror movie. It really would have.
Oh god. I'm lucky I'm not here. So Ramon loses his get out of jail free card, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. I have to come up with something terrible now. Just horrid.
Oh, I mean Geo. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just re-edit that around.
I like put a blank in there.
Yes.
And you know what? I might just say it in a Spanish accent.
Lemon.
It's not your name. Your name is said with an English accent, Ramon. I said Ramon. Yeah. Gio's real name is Ramon. I'm not editing any of this. I'm sorry. You should have been here.
We never edit it out whenever I mention his name anyway. I've noticed it.
I tried to.
You try to half the time.
Mel Gibson, he's reading Women's Mind. And, like we mentioned, kind of like a horror movie. Except it's not, but it is to Mel Gibson because he's scared. He is terrified.
No, he just has sensory overload if there are too many women around. And I wonder why he went into that. Was it a department store? Or was that...
It was a department store.
Oh,
yes. Not a good place to be if you're reading Women's Mind. In the perfume department of all places.
Oh, God. Yeah, that was just funny. most of this, I'm going to say this now. This is probably one of my favorite movies we had to review, just because of the comedy.
I don't want to like this movie, but comedy is better than everything we've seen up to this point, at least for the first half of the film.
Yes. I do love the psychiatrist scene. She actually encourages him to use his powers.
Bette Midler returns, and she still smokes cigarettes. Like, did you see the way she was smoking on that cigarette? She was literally eating the smoke. She was chewing it. Crunch, crunch. Yeah, that was another moment I wanted to talk about. Because when they do that scene, and she says, you could rule the world, then evil music starts playing in the background, and he starts smiling and looking up at the sky. I'm thinking, he's going to be a supervillain now. That's what this is. He's going to be a supervillain. Whole different direction.
Oh my god. Oh, I love his best friend. Oh, and she thinks you're gay.
Yes. Who also, disappears in the second half of the movie.
The second half of the movie isn't that great, except for one thing, basically, for me. The sex scene.
Well, that's still in the first half of the movie. But yeah, there's a sex scene, because when Mel Gibson gets his demon powers from being stricken with electricity, not once, but twice. That's not even fair to all the people that died getting hit with electricity one time. Like,
no, but the sex scene, I'm just thinking, wow, this would be awkward if he's actually bad in bed.
Oh, yes. Because he uses his evil power to go pick up a chick at a coffee shop.
Yes. Who's apparently also like Flo.
Yeah, well, I don't think Flo is desperate. I think Flo is just aggressive. This girl is desperate. But then, another thing, like I said, the actor is in almost every chick flick, and she's always desperate. Always. So I don't know what that says about her in real life, but might want to stay away from that one at the Golden Globes.
Yes. Like we're ever going to the Golden Globe. Did you get your invite?
No, I didn't get it this year, but next year I'm going for it.
Yeah.
They have a sex scene, and I don't know if he's just bad in bed or if it's all the mind reading, but either way, it's really uncomfortable to watch. My favorite part about that scene is the magic train. Like, every time they have sex, they don't show the sex. They show the wall shaking and a train noise. And it's like
so this is the same apartment as the 7.
Yes, it is. Like, how is this magic train over there? You know what it is? It's the Soul Train. This is the only train that would come and be like, oh yeah, someone's making love over here. Oh.
Okay, the second half of this movie wasn't that great. It went into normal chick flick mode. Exactly.
It's not that it was particularly bad. It just went into normal chick flick mode. And I love how they split it up. Cause in between the comedy section and the chick flick section is a shopping montage. And that's how you know things are going downhill.
It's gonna be a montage. Montage.
You're sitting there and you're watching this and you're thinking, why do we need this? Why do we need to watch this prom dress montage? She's 15 years old. Anyone who enjoys this should be in prison. And the shopping montage as a whole has never worked for me in any chick flick or anything I've ever seen. Except for that one scene in The New Guy.
I do like some makeovers, just because they're hilarious.
Like what?
I can't think of anything actually off the top of my head right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll just leave it at that.
Now, the main love interest in this story, played by Helen Hunt, and she's Mel Gibson's boss. They work at an advertising company.
Oh. Yes.
And Mel Gibson is using his psychic powers to steal all of her ideas because she took his job.
I took a job.
But they end up getting closer together and they have a relationship. And you know what? I know you weren't there for Dr. T and the women, but I know they're going to be listening to this. This is who she was cheating Richard Gere with. That's why she couldn't run away with him. Because she was going out with Mel Gibson the whole time. That's like 3 different guys in 2 movies. Her golf clubs bring all the boys to the yard. The commercial. I love the commercial. You don't have to dress sexy for the road. You don't have to worry about making more money than the road. It's just the road. The only thing the road cares about that a car runs your dumb ass over for running on the road. They try to make running on the road like some romantic thing. And then women are gonna watch these commercials and like, yeah, that looks so tranquil. Looks so peaceful.
Let's go on the road.
Nikes and just run in the middle of the street. I don't think it works that way. There's something called traffic. Traffic and depressed Persian tow truck men. So, what happens is, Helen Hunt gets fired because Mel Gibson, he got the Nike deal. He single-handedly saved the company by stealing all of Helen Hunt's ideas. And he is now the man in charge. And he feels really guilty about it. Because now he's dating her.
It only is bad if you're dating the girl.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It doesn't matter what you do. It's only bad when you're dating that person. That's when if they never went out, the movie would have ended completely differently.
You would have
just laughing.
You would have just been a chauvinist dick still.
Risen to full villainy. Because now he owns his own company. That's the second step.
First step's question mark, question mark, question mark. Fourth step's, of course, profit.
All backwards. And, there's this thing that kind of makes me wishy-washy, and that is the suicidal clerk side story. Because at first,
he laughs at it.
I can't really take it seriously. I can't. It's like, all this...
I should jump out that window right now. No one would notice. They won't notice.
Yeah. And that's in the comedy section. It's like, wit, funny, suicidal girl. Everything is quiet for 5 seconds. Wit, funny. What? It's like someone put a different movie in this movie.
I thought he might end up with that girl in the end. Just because he was like, that girl's actually kind of cute. Suicidal, but cute.
Too young looking for Mel Gibson.
Hey, it's Mel Gibson.
After he complained about his daughter for going out with an 18-year-old.
True. Very true. But he in my mind is like Hugh Hefner.
This is like one of the first movies. We've done all these reviews, and in most of these movies, the mom and the dad are divorced, and the dad's on vacation or something. Like, mom's dad, divorced, dad's on vacation. This time, mom, dad, divorced, mom's on vacation. Flip the switch.
We also got a male main character this time around. The only other time we had this was the movie that I was not here for.
Yes, this is your first male main character. Does that
Yes.
make you feel like a man?
I think this might be. This might also be why I actually enjoyed this movie a bit more.
I'll finish this. Suicidal. So this happens on and off throughout the movie. And then it gets to the end where he's like, I have to go save her. And it turns out she wasn't really gonna commit suicide anyway. And I don't know if that bumped it up for me or bumped it down. Like if she was really gonna commit suicide, that would have definitely been down. And it's more realistic to think she's only thinking about doing it. 'Cause she doesn't look. Alright, I'll say it like this. Pretty people that just talk about suicide all the time. I hate you. That's it. I don't like you at all. I'm sorry. You might really be depressed, but you're too pretty. And this is the case. So I don't see any reason for her to actually want to commit suicide, so I can't take that seriously. So yeah, that whole thing was confusing for me. And I think it would have been better if they just kind of left that one out. On his way there to save her, though, there's a magic Chinese lady? And I'm wondering.
The magic black lady was already. They used too many black ladies already. They needed a Chinese lady to fill in the black lady, apparently.
I'm thinking, our next podcast, we're going to be reviewing the Chinese version of what women want. This ancient Chinese lady better be there.
No, it's going to be a white woman.
And he doesn't even get struck by lightning when his powers go away. There's just sparks around him. Really? That's all it took? So it would have been gone by the 4th of July anyway. Everyone's running around with sparklers. I was expecting him to get electrocuted a third time. By the might of Zeus! And in that scene where he's saving the suicidal lady, he doesn't have his mind-reading powers anymore. It kind of made me think he has a second power.
Surviving lightning?
No. She says, what makes you think I would hurt myself? And he says, I can sense it. So now he can sense suicidal people. Yes, I can sense it. Someone's killing themselves right now. And now?
He is the one.
A couple of seconds ago. I could stop all of these people, but I'm focusing on you because you work where I work. And I'm supposed to be like a villain or something. I don't know. Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson, sure.
Why does my Mel Gibson sound like Batman?
That's what I noticed.
That would be a much better film. This is Batman and What Women Want.
Oh God.
Batman has to go into the office.
Hey, I think Bruce Wayne actually needs that power. Hey, think about it. He has Cassandra Cain to actually deal with. I think he needs that power. Also Catwoman.
I don't think Batman wants to read everyone's mind, though. The ending scene. Just before the ending scene, and I just really have to mention this, because I love It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, I don't watch that show, so just go on.
Yeah. And they own a pub called Patty's Pub. And right before Mel Gibson goes to express his lies and deceits to Helen Hunt, he comes out of Patty's. Like, yes, that's great. Dennis and Mac gave him love advice the whole time, which explains this to a T.
It wasn't Hitch?
No, it wasn't Hitch. We're probably gonna have to get to Hitch at some point.
I don't think that counts as a chick flick, though.
I think it's on the border.
Well, we also didn't have a girl crying twice in this movie either. I don't think we can count this.
We had a girl crying once.
Close enough. And we had a
And,
suicidal girl.
Helen Hunt was on the verge. She was on the verge of tears.
No. We had the suicidal girl. She counts as 5.
Yeah. And the mind of the woman that he slept with in the one night stand, she looked like she was gonna go crazy if he said he was straight. So, overall, actually,
We need a little more runtime here.
there's nothing left to talk about.
This movie was a little shorter than our usual movies, I have to admit.
Yeah, just a tinge.
Yeah.
I think most of the acting was great, except for, I don't know. How do you judge how good someone is acting like a douche? Because the douche had like one word. He had one line and then he left and you never see him again. It's like, was he a good douche? Was he a bad douche?
How close to Brandon was he?
A bad douche is a good douche, right? So, you can't lose with this logic. If you're playing a douche, you automatically win.
No, but there's a scale of doucheness.
Well, yeah, there's a scale of doucheness. I think on a scale of 1 to 10, he's about a 4.
I was going to say 7.
A 7? Dang.
I judge douches very hard.
On a scale of 1 to 10, there is no 1 through 4. We start at 5 and then we go up to 12.
Yeah, because 1 to 4 is basically normal people. Once you hit 5, it's a normal douche.
Well, if that's the case, then yeah, 7 sounds about right. Maybe a 7.9. Wouldn't quite get to that 8. I don't know how I feel about the daughter either. But I guess she has every right to be upset, but she certainly doesn't make things easy.
She actually had okay acting there.
Oh yes, she was.
She was a teenage girl.
Would I watch it again? You know what? I would probably watch the first half again if it was on TV.
Yes, and then
when the montage shows up, I'll change the channel.
That's
a
kind of
brilliant.
how I actually watch the Cinderella story. I can watch the first half pretty easily. I can actually watch the first half of that movie very easily. Because it just feels like Lizzie McGuire. As soon as the second half kicks in, like, as soon as the ball, like, the school dance comes in, I'll just switch the channel. Hey, let's talk about Hilary Duff and see how long we can stay on her topic for.
No. Never, ever, ever.
Never again.
So, Stray, watching this film, did you find out what women want?
Apparently we'll need to learn how to speak, what did she say? Whatever the Venus language is.
Well, watching this movie, I, myself, had a vision, I guess, an enlightened moment about what women actually want. So listen up, guys, because you're going to want to know this. What do women want? They want roads. I'm saving up for a road right now. Because it can't be no old backwater dirt road. It has to be smooth. You have to have an old black guy in a wheelchair sweep it every day. Because when you buy your woman a road, it has to be better than all the other roads.
You know who that black man is going to end up being? Magically, somehow.
Who?
Morgan Freeman. And turns out he's God.
Yeah, in the Chinese version.
Apparently women love roads.
He should narrate. He should, like, read the subtitles in the Chinese version.
No.
Well, better yet, just read it in Chinese. With subtitles.
I already watched a little bit of the Chinese version. just to warn you guys, the Chinese version has Andy Lau.
I have no idea who that is.
He's probably one of the famous Chinese guys. Just in Chinese culture, he's that one actor who's just been acting for so long.
Is he the Mel Gibson of China? Is what you're trying to tell me?
I don't think of Mel Gibson in most roles.
Johnny Depp?
Maybe, actually.
Brad Pitt?
I would say Johnny Depp more than Brad Pitt. Maybe Brad Pitt, actually. Brad Pitt.
The Brad Pitt of China. I'm looking forward to it. And so, this ends another episode of Chick Flick Shuffle. You're gonna end it like that?
Yeah.